Good evening. Sarawak's ongoing digital agenda is beginning to show clear and encouraging results with a range of strategic sectors including education, agriculture, infrastructure development and the wider economy recording improvements following the rollout of the state's digital policies. Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Datuk Abang Openg said the introduction of a digital economy has directly created opportunities for Sarakians to grow, broaden their access to education and enhance the value of the state's existing resources. Touching on the education sector, he commended the Sarawak Digital Economy Corporation (SDEC) for its initiative in establishing the Sarawak Rural Broadband Network (MySRBN), which enables rural schools to access learning resources beyond the classroom and in turn improve students' academic performance.
And what happened? We saw the result of Longsan Secondary School. That is the Oyong Lawajau Secondary School. The result naik atas. And the students now, they're now in Unimas now. And they really appreciate what we have done through SRBN, and they managed to engage with Khan Academy, particularly in STEM subjects. And that was a success.
He said this when speaking at SDEC's 5th anniversary celebration in Kuching on Monday. Datuk Patinggi Abang Zohari added that digitalization has also significantly supported the state's infrastructure development, including the construction of elevated roads that help reduce maintenance costs.
That's why now we say we build elevated road. We are going to do in Lingga, Samarahan, right up to Sri Aman on elevated road. We are going to build the road in Barak, Miri, Marudi, Mulu, Long Panai, and Long San, Long Lama, right up to Limbang, where the soil is very soft and we build on elevated road. In other words, the maintenance cost will be cheaper. So in terms of cost benefit, though the initial cost is high, overall the maintenance cost can be cheaper and the road will be stable. Kenanya atas tiang lah. Babu orang datang ke situ nak jadi pelancong. Kalau jadi pelancong dia kata siapa nak datang. So that is what we need through digital simulation for road development.
The Kuching Urban Transportation System (KUTS) Phase 1 project continues to show encouraging momentum with overall progress reaching 33.51% as of October 2025, indicating that the project remains on schedule. Sarawak Minister for Transport Datuk Sri Lee Kim Shin said the current progress is almost aligned with the planned target of 34.78%, although several works packages have experienced minor variations.
My ministry acknowledges that KUTS construction works, particularly along major routes, heavy traffic roads and residential areas, have caused concern such as traffic congestion, access changes, road safety issues and occasional disruption of utilities. To address this concern, Sarawak Metro Sdn Bhd has implemented a traffic control plan (TCP) across all construction zones.
He said this during his ministerial winding up session at the 19th Sarawak Legislative Assembly Dun sitting on Tuesday. Datuk Sri Lee added that the plan is further supported by strict work procedures, the use of underground utility protection measures and continuous on-site monitoring to prevent damage and reduce disruptions to nearby communities. According to him, the need for stricter mitigation efforts is also driven by the presence of unregistered or hard-to-identify underground utilities, particularly in more established areas, often one of the most challenging technical aspects of major urban infrastructure projects. Meanwhile, Datuk Sri Lee Kim Shin said preliminary design works for the expansion of Miri Airport are targeted for completion this month. The Sarawak Minister for Transport said the works began in April 2025, led by the Public Works Department JKR Sarawak under the Ministry of Transport Malaysia MOT, laying the foundation for the next phase, which is the full-scale airport expansion.
This work laid the foundation for the next phase, the full-scale airport expansion, which will increase terminal capacity to 4 million passengers per annum, additional aerobridges, and improve landside and airside facilities. The preliminary design works are currently being finalized for submission to the federal government, while value analysis and value engineering will soon be conducted to confirm the conceptual design and estimated cost.
Datuk Sri Lee noted that Miri Airport continues to experience strong demand with 2.4 million passengers since 2019, exceeding its 2 million passengers design capacity. He stressed that once upgrading works are fully completed, Miri Airport will enhance passenger experience, streamline operations, and strengthen its role as a key regional hub in supporting Sarawak's economic growth and connectivity objectives. Sarawak's tourism industry continues to strengthen, recording 10.22 billion ringgit in revenue from January to October this year, an average of more than 1 billion ringgit per month despite regional geopolitical challenges. Sarawak Minister for Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts Datuk Sri Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah said the achievement demonstrates the resilience of the state's tourism sector, which continues to grow through wider marketing strategies, the expansion of tourism products and enhanced digital promotion efforts.
With 58,822 visitors, Singapore 52,406 visitors, and the Philippines, 39,284 visitors, remain as the other top contributors. Meanwhile, domestic tourism continues to be relevant, with a total of 1,769,561 visitors from other parts of Malaysia, constituting 44.1% of the total visitors.
He said this during his ministerial winding-up session at the 19th Sarawak Legislative Assembly sitting on Tuesday. He added that the strength of the tourism sector is further driven by the hosting of more than 351 events and festivals, including the Sarawak International Dragon Boat Regatta, ASEAN International Film Festival and Awards, Borneo Cultural Festival, and various sports and gastronomic events. Meanwhile, Datuk Sri Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah said the Ministry of Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts Sarawak, MTCP, is committed to implementing the Sarawak Malaysia My Second Home program, SMM2H, as part of strategies to increase visitor arrivals and boost revenue from the tourism sector. According to him, the program positions Sarawak as the destination of choice for long-term residency.
Since my ministry took over the program in 2020, we have seen a remarkable increase in the number of participants. During the period from 2020 to 2025, Sarawak has recorded a total of 2,033 participants. This figure is very much higher than the 1,240 application or participants which was approved from 2007 until 2019. 2007 to 2019, the numbers are 1,240. 2020 to 2025, the numbers are 2,033, which is now fully handled by my ministry.
Datuk Sri Abdul Karim explained that the updated SMM2H application and licensing requirements, which came into effect on 1st January 2025, was designed to make the program more attractive and distinct from the federal government's MM2H program.
From January to November this year, we have approved 397 applications comprising 618 participants. including from China, 130, from USA, 46, from Singapore, 29, from United Kingdom, 26, and from Taiwan, also from this 26. This has contributed Ringgit Malaysia 128.4 million in total fixed deposit placement.
Meanwhile, in a press conference after his winding up session, Datuk Sri Abdul Karim, who is also the Sarawak Minister for Youth, Sports and Entrepreneur Development, said a total of 252 million ringgit has been allocated by his ministry to upgrade 11 major sports facilities in the state in preparation for the co-hosting of the Southeast Asian SEA Games 2027. He informed that some project costs, including for the shooting range, may increase up to 2 or 3 times the original allocation.
But the upgrading of facilities, I believe there might be a little bit of pecah budget sikit lah, exceeding the budget. Because when I see, you take for example the shooting range. The shooting range has to include the hit and track, which requires acquisition of land nearby. Kurang-kurangnya 5 ekar, and that area, when I see the figure allocated for compensation, it's too small. This is an open area. Definitely it will run into 2 or 3 times that. If we are to include the compensation costs, something like that, dia akan ada acquisition, busting the budget. But then everything would be accounted for. That is how I foresee. But I am very confident that everything would be in place by the time SEA Games is ready. But this year,
that 350 million ringgit has been allocated to support the organisation of the Games in Sarawak, covering 17 sports events and the opening ceremony, in addition to supporting promotional initiatives, training, working committee operations, and the provisions of sports equipment that meets the specifications of the Southeast Asian Games Federation. Sarawak has reached a major milestone in rural digital access. All 600 Sarawak Multimedia Authority Rural Transformation Smart Towers are now operational with MySRBN Internet Services. Sarawak Minister for Utility and Telecommunication, Datuk Sri Julaihi Narawi, said the total of 510 towers also provide 4G coverage, while the remaining are expected to be fully operational with 4G services by the end of this month.
Pencapaian ini menandakan kejayaan besar dalam usaha Kerajaan Sarawak menyokong Kerajaan Persekutuan meningkatkan kesaling hubungan di kawasan luar bandar. Ini merupakan satu detik bersejarah yang menandakan hampir berakhirnya sebuah perjalanan yang panjang, penuh cabaran dan penuh harapan. Ini bukan sekadar penyiapan sebuah projek. Ini adalah janji yang akhirnya kita tepati.
Datuk Sri Julaihi said this during his ministerial winding up session at the 19th Sarawak Legislative Assembly sitting on Monday. According to him, the SMART project implemented by the Sarawak Digital Economy Corporation involves a construction of 618 new telecommunication towers, including 18 repeater towers. The project is an important component of Sarawak Linking Urban, Rural and Nation, or Saluran, an initiative for which the Sarawak government has allocated 2.3 billion ringgit to expedite internet coverage expansion in rural areas. The 400 ringgit increase in the monthly allowance for community leaders and village chiefs KMKK effective 1st January 2026 comes with expectations for them to further strengthen service delivery in line with the aspirations of the Post-COVID-19 Development Strategy PCDS 2030. Minister in the Sarawak Premier's Department, Datuk Sri John Siki Tayai, emphasised that KMKK must maintain strong performance, reinforce accountability and uphold integrity as key principles in carrying out their entrusted responsibilities.
Selaras dengan kenaikan ini, Ketua masyarakat dan ketua kaum hendaklah mempertingkatkan prestasi penyampaian perkhidmatan, meningkatkan accountability serta menjalankan tugas dengan penuh integriti selari dengan hala tuju PCDS 2030 untuk menjadikan Sarawak sebuah negeri maju menjelang 2030.
He said this during his ministerial winding-up session at the 19th Sarawak Legislative Assembly sitting on Monday. Datuk Sri John Siki added that the responsibilities of KMKK now extend far beyond community administration, encompassing development coordination, community welfare, implementation of Rural Transformation Program (RTP) projects, as well as participation in local meetings and social programs. At the same time, he said the government is strengthening KMKK's management procedures to improve appointment requirements, selection processes and detailed job scopes to ensure every appointment is made transparently and based on merit. And that's the English edition with me, Melinda Peter. More news can be found in our official portal ukas.sarawak.gov.my and social media platforms including Facebook and YouTube. We end the news with a montage highlighting the Sarawak Digital Economy Corporation 5th anniversary celebration in Kuching on Monday. #Saluran Informasi Rakyat. Have a good night.